The lifeguard is a great place to start if you're looking for information about sea creatures and any sort of warnings.
A lot of marine mammals, from sea lions to dolphins and also whales occasionally. The biggest one that is mistaken for the shark, of course, is the dolphin. And we see a lot more dolphins than we actually do see of the shark.
I think that most people have, and especially children, have this negative association with sharks. Most of the sharks we have here are very peaceful. The great white shark is the one we fear. They mistake us for their favorite prey item, a seal. There have only been 1 or 2 fatal attacks on record in the last 50 years in California. The sharks are extremely important, and they have important roles in our ecosystems as predators. Their effects on the ecosystem and maintaining healthy populations of other species is important. The jellies or jellyfish are something that probably most beachgoers have seen at one point or another. So they don't have hearts or brains or teeth, but they're really good predators. They have these specialized stinging cells that they use to capture their prey. If you're in the water and you see jellies, try to stay away from them.
If you get stung by one, do your best to pick it up from the top, not from the bottom where the tentacles are. Remove it from where it's touching you, and find the local lifeguard. He'll have a bottle of vinegar waiting for you.
In Southern California, we have several types of rays. The round stingray are the ones that we hear most about because if people come in contact with it, they get stung by it. And so when we accidentally step on their back, they flip up their tail and we can get stung with the spine, but it's basically just a defense mechanism against their predators.
If you get stung by a stingray, the first thing you want to do is identify that that's the injury. It's usually located in your foot, and the pain is extreme.
There could be possible complications. There could be a barb stuck in the wound. You could have an allergic reaction or an arterial bleed, and there's always the chance of infection. For this reason, we recommend that you seek follow-up medical assistance if any of these complications occur.
The best thing to do is when you go into the ocean, you're entering in through the waves, try to do the Stingrays Shuffle, which is when you scuff your feet along the bottom in the sand. There at the bottom, you want your foot to slide underneath, and then the stingray will swim away because they are very afraid of us. Another favorite of beachgoers and boaters in this area are dolphins and seals and sea lions. The best thing to do when you see them is sit back and enjoy them. Keeping a distance from dolphins or seals and sea lions is not only the law, but it increases our protection from them and their protection from us.
When you see a sea lion on the beach, they're like any other animal. They get tired and they get sick and they would like a break. If you come across one, give them their space. Please notify a lifeguard, a policeman, or an animal control officer.
The mammals are an important part of our ecosystems. For example, otters are known to eat urchins and keep the urchin numbers down, and then the kelp grows a bit more lush. But when you take otters away, the urchins can boom, and then they eat more of the kelp. Another phenomenon in our coastal ocean are something called harmful algal blooms, and people call them HABs. Warmer water temperatures, some of the phytoplankton in the water, and phytoplankton are the microscopic plants, so algae and fungi and bacteria that live in the water, bloom. And that means they get really dense. Most people have probably heard of red tides, and that's because the little phytoplankton that's blooming is red in color, and there's so many of them that it seems to turn the ocean water red. And they give off toxins that then get picked up by some of the animals that eat the plankton and can get passed up through the food chain all the way to humans. So paralytic shellfish poisoning is one example. Maybe a fish eats the plankton and then a bigger fish eats that one, and then we eat the bigger fish so we could get the effects of the toxin. We rely so much on our natural environment, our coastal ecosystems for food and energy and materials, just raising awareness about how important our natural world is, and they're also just fascinating.